Yes, good evening, everybody. Tonight I will be presenting a test plan for Imit. My colleague and I will be describing a few things you need to know before you take a system or you start working in a system. And we will also be explaining why it is important to test. It is also important for you to know we also speak Dutch. So you can also ask your questions in Dutch. But for the most part, we will be presenting in English. My name is Untitled Chapter, and in the software, and your users find them during a production. It will cost your company a whole lot of money to fix those problems, fix those bugs. So it is very important to, testing is required for an effective performance of a software application or product. So first point in our presentation, it's important to ensure that the application should not result in any failures because it can be very expensive to correct in later stages of development. As I said earlier, it's required to stay in business. So these are the points we have defined to answer the question, why do we have to test? Next slide, please. The business case, Imit wants a solution for the information flow between them and their students. What are the business requirements? We are just a moment, slide 6, I will be giving it to you soon. What are the business requirements? Assignments can be given, articles can be read, readers can be downloaded, quizzes can be given, and surveys can be done. Next slide, please. Imit was looking at Moodle. These are some of the functions. They have a chat function, a form function, a wiki function, and also a glossary. Scope of the project. Yes, what will we be testing? When we are in the stage of testing, user acceptance test, for an example, I will use that. We'll be using chat, the forum, the wiki, glossary, and security. It is important to also have senior test users. So we as the test consultants will be organizing the team. We thought of first year students, second year students, and third year students as testers. We will be giving them the test cases, and they will have to report. And also, I will let my colleague explain that part a little bit better. Can you go to the next slide, please? What we will not be testing is the source code. We will not be doing a stress test of the system. The controls, I'm not so sure about that one. Maybe we put it in the wrong slide. And my colleague will comment on that, and the system requirements. We are at slide number 9. I will be giving the microphone to my colleague.
Good evening. As my colleague just said, we will be using first year students, second year students, and third year students. This is because it is better because they will use the system. Maybe the business case was set up by someone in the management team and they did not collaborate enough with the main users. So when you collaborate with the main users, you will get to see what they expect of the system. Because sometimes when you test something and it goes into production, or maybe when you do a user acceptance test, the users, they expect something totally different from the product. Because the managers, the people in the management team are not working on the floors. They only do the management stuff. So that's why we will also use first year students, second year students, third year students, some teachers also, and one from the management. What we will not be testing are controls. For example, what can a student post? maybe it can be from porn, we will not test it. Also, system requirements, what kind of browser do you have, what kind of PC do you need to use it, we will also not be testing those. We will also not test the stress test, how many users can log on simultaneously, and the source code of Moodle, that also we will not be testing. Can you move to the next? Documentation. We will use the software requirements that are delivered by the management. Also, a defect and storage list. What are defects? Defects are bugs that are found during testing, and we will need to register them. We will also use a special registration tool that will come. I will come on that later. And also, stories are changes that are found during the testing. Maybe if you are testing and you see something and it was not delivered in the requirement, that's a change. Next slide. Sorry, previous slide. Requirements. The business will deliver the requirements. We will, in combination with the main users, we will set the test scenarios, technical and functional. Then we will do the test cases, the process flow, which test cases will be given priority. That we will collaborate with the business of what function do they want in production at first. Because maybe they will say we want the whole system up and running at first, or say they can say maybe let's say implement the chat function and then we will go on. This is our development model and test planning. The concept requirements are delivered by the business. The design, that will be the person who implements Moodle, of designs Moodle to Imit specification. He will also make the technical design. The functional design will be provided by the business because they will tell them how they want to use it, and also development. And then we will begin. Unit testing will be the guys who will develop it. Component testing also, and then system testing, me and my colleague will begin. And further, we will also have a user acceptance test. Risk and dependencies. No internet connection, you know, Moodle is web-based, so if you do not have an internet connection, we cannot test. Not enough budget, because the budget was not specified. Defect management. I will show you a tool in which we will have our defect management and a short video, if we have internet.
Okay, so the video you just saw was version 1, that is a web-based software application. It's not only for defect management. You can also have change requests that we call stories. It's also a collaboration tool. It also has its own chat function, and it is a very powerful tool that my colleague and I could use in the test phase of Moodle. That was my part, right?
Quality assurance and testing tools. We will deliver that the Moodle for Imit will be bug-free for like. You cannot deliver a system bug-free. There will always be bugs, but our goal is to find the biggest defects at first, so that will minimize the budget also. We will not have to pay much, and then we will not be testing it to be a perfect system. We will also, it will depend. For example, if we have the system working 80%, if the business finds it good, then we will deploy it. And then you can further, with releases, you can minimize the defects and bugs. The system's main functions are always accessible for teacher students, as long as they have an internet connection. So this is like the main thing that you need to have, internet. We will also use the Defect methodology. This means that we will have 4 environments: the development environment, testing, acceptance, and production. The development environment, that was the organization or man who will implement Moodle for Imit. We will use that. Testing, where my colleague and I will do the testing, and acceptance is that we will make the business test and the users, the key users, for a go, and then we will go into production. Thank you.
Okay.